All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back after our long 2-week break. Welcome to the MDOT podcast, Midwest States Thunder podcast. League owner Taver Mowry, driver of the number 22 car for Nidec Racing. I'm joined here with Bob Johnson, the number 76 car with Cal Motorsports. Adam Alshire, the number 11 with Hill Motorsports. Chris Buds, number 13 with Nidec Racing. And special guest tonight, Brian Dixon, number 33. He's by himself because, well, he's just Brian Dixon.
Thanks, guys.
All right, so.
Well, I think last race we had, last podcast we were doing before our trip to Rockingham. Well, all y'all's trip to Rockingham.
Yeah, you said you weren't there, were you?
No, I was out of town, but I was watching the broadcast on YouTube and harassing the broadcasters and all that.
Good old Jason and Michael Newbrough, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Love those dudes. Those guys are awesome. Yeah, because you went on that trip all the way to what? The Oklahoma, right?
Yeah, I was up in Oklahoma for judging a powerlifting competition.
Yeah, nice. Did you get paid for this one?
No, I don't get paid for it. I donate my time, but they pay fuel and hotel for me for them big long trips.
That's awesome. Can't beat that.
No, hell no. I think I ended up, going up there for $40.
That's not bad at all.
No, and that's 3.5, 4 hours each way from where I live here in North Texas.
Man, I think to say that I'm ready to get back to racing is an understatement.
No doubt.
I've spent a lot of time taking a break from playing a lot of other games than iRacing and just doing stuff with the family, but I'm ready to get back to racing.
Yeah, it's been a long couple weeks without us on the track.
Yeah, it's just one of those things that sucked because you got Christmas Eve on a Thursday. You got Christmas on a Friday. Can't race on either of those days because people were out having fun with the family. They might be out of town because family might live. And then on New Year's and New Year's Eve, like everybody's had plans for New Year's Eve. I know with Corona and everything going down, people may have been, at home different, but it's just hard to race on those days. If we would have raced on like a Monday or a Tuesday, we definitely could have raced, but I don't think we should have raced on the days that we were racing.
I had family in most of the time, so I wouldn't have been able to anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I hope all you guys had a happy holidays.
Yeah. Hope everybody, had a decent holiday and, didn't have to deal with the Rona too much.
Yeah, it's one thing you don't want to deal with. I think the thing is, it's just, I don't know. Well, I'll be glad when it's all over.
Yeah.
If it's ever over.
Hopefully soon. Okay.
So this is what, race 2 from...
Yeah, I'm showing our race 2 from Las Vegas series. In the Arca series. Figured we give them some love.
Yeah, this one was the good race before the monstrosity of the Wilkesboro race.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? It wasn't that bad.
Yeah, it was. What do you mean it wasn't that bad, Dixon?
It was bad.
It had shades of our trip to New Hampshire, if I remember right.
Yeah, 100 laps. I think they had 12 cautions, I believe. 60 caution laps. I mean, granted, it's a little bit harder to drive Wilkesboro in an Arca car, but it ain't by much.
Yeah, that's I haven't really spent too much seat time in an Arca car at Wilkesboro, but I know what it was like in the Cup cars, and it was a whole different animal than what I was expecting.
Yeah, no, that was honestly looking back, because I think we're getting close to halfway.
Yeah.
Looking back on the halfway point almost, I think that may have been, we're getting close. I think we're on what? Hold on, let me look real quick. I think we are on week 9, so we got 3 more races till we're halfway technically. Race 9 of 17 in the playoffs, or before the playoffs. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's gonna get crunch time for everyone here soon. But going back to what I was saying, I think Wilkesboro, out of that kind of first half of races, definitely up there in the top list.
Yeah.
super
Yeah.
fun track to run.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I wouldn't know.
I think you were in that one.
He
At
was until his
Wilkesboro.
computer. Yeah.
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 Sure, that's what happened.
Yeah.
No, I spent a lot of money that week.
Yeah, you did. I remember you saying that. He got
yeah,
mad that 24 turned him and broke his computer.
Yeah. Well, TV.
yeah. Yeah, it was the week that I got yeeted into the
Yeah, you got yeeted into the barrels and got stuck
barrels
in
and
there.
got stuck and had to reset and tow and
We
all
found it
that.
like a fish stuck there.
Oh, I was so pissed. That's really the only race that I have retaliated on somebody after the checkered flag.
Yeah,
Because
it brings out the bet. Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
yeah,
But
I get
at least
that one.
I waited until after the checkered.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, I think we covered it in one of the previous podcasts, possibly. The
Fanfare and AJ.
yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that one was awesome. Fanfare paid for it though. I think he's barely now into the playoffs because of it. But if you go back and ask him, he said that one hurt.
Oh yeah, he's into the playoffs now because I missed that race and
Yeah,
had to use my drop week.
Yeah. But no, talking about the Cup Series, Rockingham definitely one that we will be going back to. It's hard. It's
Also
a
fun.
weird. It's hard, but it's fun. It's like it's three tracks combined. You know, you got the length of the long straightaways like Michigan has. You got the banking of Bristol, but you also have the single file racing of Martinsville, to where everyone's fighting for that one groove in the beginning on restarts.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
definitely makes it interesting. Everybody trying to go the same line, you know what I mean? And then if you can't, then you gotta work it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you gotta.
I liked it.
Yeah, it's another one that you really gotta watch the guy in front of you because he's gonna have probably a different braking spot than what you are.
Yeah,
You don't
and
want to
you know,
ass pack him.
yeah, and it's very misconceiving too, because you get some good runs off of 3 and 4, but you cannot go in the 1 and 2 the way you think you can.
It's
Nope,
such a sense
definitely
of
not.
false grip.
Yep. And the thing that I like about it is tires fall off massively.
Uh-huh.
Tire fall off was insane at that track. Lance was almost like 6 seconds ahead of me, and in 10 laps, I caught him and passed him for 4th place at the end.
Nice.
I'm just
Yeah, it
happy
was.
you got the finish you got after.
Yeah, after you just decided to unplug your wheel and turn right straight into me under
I
yellow.
That's what
I
happens.
saw that in my rearview mirror. I'm like, oh shit.
That's what
Yeah,
happens
but
when
right
you clean
beside you.
underneath your rig. Make sure your shit's plugged back in.
That's
Yeah.
right. That was so funny. I'm glad it happened to me and not someone else. That's all I got to say about that.
Yeah, it would have been bad.
Yeah. But
I
no,
apologize.
we're gonna head to the Daytona Road Course, and I think that one, as much as everybody hates it, I think it might be decent.
I don't think everyone hates it. They just
It's tough. It's tough.
yeah.
Oh, there's people out there that hate it.
That is
I'm one
definitely
of
a
'em.
technical track. So
Yeah, that one is tough. That one is. I'm gonna have to spend a lot more time on that one than per se a Glen, the Watkins Glen race, or that's the only other road course that we've been to actually.
Yeah. Yeah,
So this is more
I
water.
miss Watkins Glen. I
Yeah,
could
racing
actually
that
get around
track
there.
makes racing the road course there at Daytona makes me miss the Glen too. That is such a fun track.
No, not a fan.
But I mean, I think the Rockingham race was awesome. I think there was 6 cautions, but one of them happened early. The big thing about Rockingham is just beating down the wall coming out of 1 and 2, and everybody that raced there knows it's inevitable. You're gonna get the wall eventually.
I felt
gonna
it
get
and Chris felt it.
especially
Yeah.
if there's a car. If you're with a car side by side, it's hard not to sometimes.
It's almost like a Darlington. You gotta get your stripe.
Yeah, definitely.
But no, that track's super fun. I haven't watched a lot of speed. Is it on a lot of speedways?
What, Rockingham?
Yeah,
I haven't seen it
That's a
yet.
good question.
because I think it's not tore down, is it?
No, it's not torn down yet, but it's
Kind of like a Wilkesboro situation.
yeah. I will
going on.
actually, I will look that up as we're talking here.
Yeah, because I mean, it just those two tracks, man. They should have never got rid of them.
Yeah,
I
it
like
crushed
Rockingham.
me when they got rid of Rockingham.
Yeah,
That was
they
always one of my favorite tracks to watch.
it puts on a good show. It really does. It's fun. It's fun to drive too. It's not like Michigan to where it's miserable to watch, but fun to drive. Because I feel like at Rockingham, man, you always got something to look at.
Yeah.
Well,
But
the
it was fun.
racing's pretty close, and you know what I mean. The lines, like I said, are different. You can run different lines, but it's definitely going to be technical for you.
Yeah, yeah. I definitely one that I is gonna be back for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, if you're
it's not
if
on
you're
there
on the
yet.
bottom, you got to give that guy on the outside a little
Yeah,
room.
yeah.
Yeah, sadly, Rockingham is not on Lost Speedways yet. But, um, but yeah, that's a track I am so glad that iRacing went and scanned and brought back to life.
Yeah, me too, because it's fun, and I was a little skeptical about it because it was
A
different.
little.
Yeah, it was different, but
Oh, we
I'm glad we went
were.
there, and I gotta really give the credit to where it's due, and having Bob really advocate for it, I think that it was a good
Yeah,
call on that adding it to the schedule.
that like I said, that's all been one of my all-time favorite tracks to race on through all the damn video games that I've played growing up. Loved watching the races there. And it's like, you know what? We need to go there. We need to do a little throwback, have some fun.
Yeah, even the Arca series went there last season. I think everybody liked it there, so
Yeah.
it might make a return on the Arca series next season too. With the Arca series, I do know, and this is gonna run into a problem because I do believe they go to the Daytona Road Course next week.
Uh,
I do know that there's not. No, actually, they go to
I
Bristol
think
next week,
it's
and then the Daytona Road Course.
yeah.
My bad. I apologize. But for the Daytona Road Course, there's not a setup in iRacing for the Daytona Road Course for the Arca car, and I've done numerous amounts of testing. Can't find a setup for it that works because usually you can put a Charlotte Roval in there and it'll work. Gear ratios there are terrible. It just doesn't work. So unless I can find a setup for it, there may be a different road course coming onto the schedule for the Arca guys.
Mm.
Yeah. Mm,
Which, if I
Yeah, I'd give
do,
them a chance if they ain't got a chance to drive the car right. I guess you know what I mean.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I mean, I'm gonna do some more testing at this week. That way we can get them fully prepared for it. But if I can't find anything good, that's stable, that's not too crazy, and doesn't rev out when you're on the oval,
Yeah.
Even
we
the
might.
baseline didn't work.
Yeah, the baseline didn't work at all.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. So if with that, the January 21st race at the Daytona Road Course will probably end up being Charlotte. My bad, can't speak today. Uh, Roval race. So
Which
that might be
that
kind of
makes
a thing.
sense to go from one roval to another.
Yeah, and they got all these iRacing has all these setups for all these weird and funky tracks, man, like Five Flags and stuff like that, Lanier even. And you would think they would have a Daytona Road Course one
Well,
for
I
the
don't
Arca
think
car.
they've ever really thought about throwing the Arca cars at the Daytona road course since it's
Yeah,
so new
yeah,
on the
yeah. I
service.
mean, the Daytona Road Course has been in there for a while. The new NASCAR Road, which just adds the new chicane on the coming out of 3 and 4, is new.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
And
but the tough guys
I hate
were
that
that
never there.
chicane.
chicane, I despise. I don't. It's not. I did find a little love for it today because I started hitting it a little bit better than what I used to. But yeah, that new chicane, it's tough. And
It's a monster.
if you hit them turtles, you're seeing Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Him
I
on
could
full
vouch for
throttle,
that.
you're seeing Jesus.
I could
Oh.
vouch for that. I seen him today.
I I think I hit him wrong then because I was seeing somebody else. It's a red guy with
Oh,
horns.
you
Because,
would.
well, somebody's got to go there. Somebody's got to keep their quote up. Um, but yeah, I feel like I got to start braking for that damn chicane on the backstretch almost because
Yeah, it's tough. And it's one of those things, if you don't know it's there,
you'll
you're
forget
gonna
about it
miss it.
every time.
It's because you got to prepare for that before you even see the turn, the chicane.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think if they had bigger signs on the fence, maybe you'd, you know.
bigger
Something.
signs, some signage on the track.
Yeah. So.
You
Yeah.
know, some like
It's
little false walls there or something.
it's interesting. I think this one's gonna be the the Daytona Road Course, 30 laps because it's a three. I think it's a 3.5 mile course. I think it's right around 3.5 miles. Our
Lap
average
time on
lap,
average is gonna be 2 minutes.
yeah, your average lap time, and what I'm seeing between drivers is 2 minutes, 30 laps. It's about an hour. I don't know if there's gonna be a competition caution. I may leave that up to race control at his discretion, just to make it interesting.
I'm thinking about just
Just
driving
make it at a
the.
random lap.
I think I'm just gonna run the oval while y'all run the road course.
That'll be
Ask for
awesome.
about 30 black flag clears.
Yeah, just let me set a clear all for myself. I'll do double the lap count or something like that. See that way it'll make me feel a little bit better about myself.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the thing is too is looking at the schedule once again. We get through this race, and our schedule really opens up
Oh, I can't wait to get through this race because we go to my favorite track.
because we go to Dega, we
Yep.
go to Kansas.
Vegas next? Ooh.
Yeah, we go to Kansas, and then we go to Charlotte, and then Dover, which from our uh from our initial testing, Dover was gonna be super slick, super loose. But now I think iRacing has done something differently and made Dover really, really fun.
Yeah, I did
I
a
haven't been to
test.
Charlotte since beginning of season 1.
Yeah,
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 I drove the Arca at Dover. I liked it.
yeah,
yeah. I did a test in a cup car here a week or so back at Dover. I ran 5-10 laps or something like that, and it was fun. It was wasn't quite as slick as what I remember it being the last time I was there.
I was just gonna
yeah.
say that.
I mean, with iRacing too, they got that new build that added. I'm going to call it Coca-Cola Speedway because that's what it is. It's not iRacing Super Speedway. It's Coca-Cola Super Speedway.
Yeah,
And they added that, which is awesome. That may show up on season 3.
I I hope and pray it does, but
The
also
Yeah,
only
I'd say
thing that
on
I
the
don't like about it is that usually, like from everything I've seen and everything I've been in, the racing there is just not top quality because everybody just wants a gun to the front, 5 wide, let's get it done.
well, it you get such hellacious runs
Yes,
on
yes,
people there to
yep,
where you have to either
do something.
break or take that run and see
Yep,
where it's going to take you.
yeah. I
The
mean, but I think we'll do some more testing on it, and if I feel like it's one of those toss-up ones, we're throwing it in there anyway because it's another super speedway.
Yep,
yeah,
stay on the bottom. You'll be good.
the hardest part about that track is the entry into the corners because you got that hump that's right
Yeah,
there.
that's it.
It's a
Yeah, it throws
big
everybody
dip,
up.
Yeah, exactly it. It'll throw
and it
you.
throws you off your blind.
Yeah. If you don't hit it and time that turn perfect in that hump in that little bump, you'll sail up the track like, you know, somebody just threw you up there.
You got to be turning before you hit that bump, basically.
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, we confirmed already. We got Auto Club coming, and then we got Pocono coming, which Pocono is a one that returns from season 1.
Yes.
Yeah. And
So I think that'll be fun.
I liked running Pocono. We ran, I think it was the Legacy track last time. And I was doing
Yeah,
great.
that's something I want to start.
Uh,
Yeah, that's something that I want to do some testing too. Because do we go to the new rescan or do we just stay at the Legacy track?
yeah, that
I've never been to either one.
the
it's
legacy one's a little slicker than the new one.
but the slickness was what made it fun, I think, to me at
Yeah,
least.
Yeah. I agree with that.
You
Yeah,
know,
I've never been there. So it makes sense.
I started dead last in that race, and I worked myself up into the top 10 a couple of times, and I'd end up screwing myself somehow and falling back. But I could work myself up pretty steady, and then we had the colonoscopy that happened at the end of the race. That
Yeah, that screwed a lot of people, didn't it?
screwed a lot of people, and me being one of them, because I had
Yep.
Tabor right in front of me. He had to slow down. I got woed up to where
Yep.
I wasn't gonna hit him, and then I think it was Phil just
Phil
rear-ended
gotcha,
me
huh?
and
Started that right.
oh yeah. Well, I think that started the week before. I think it was.
You
But
guys
yeah,
shift there like the real cup cars or no?
What do you mean,
Mm,
like downshift and upshift?
Yeah.
Ah,
I don't remember.
Going
not
into
that I
one, I
remember.
do.
Yeah, yeah, it was 1 and 3, I think it was.
Yeah, because three's that weird like carousel turn almost.
Well, two's the two's the little short shoot
Uh,
that you'll lose your ass
what's
if
that
you
called? Tunnel turn.
yeah, the
Yep.
tunnel turn if you go in full throttle. And
Yep.
three's that long sweeping fucking corner that you'll either spin out or send yourself to the wall if you don't hit it right.
I was
Yeah.
just wondering if iRacing was as accurate as the real cars.
Oh yeah.
If you can downshift or not.
I mean, I don't. It's been so long. I mean, it's been July or June almost since we've been there.
Yeah, that was one
Like
of our first races.
it's been a
Oh,
while, and I haven't touched it ever since. So I mean, I don't remember downshifting, but I could have.
I did. That's how I spun myself coming out of the last turn, coming coming to the start finish. I accidentally downshifted the wrong way.
Hey, I know how it feels to start a race in the wrong gear. I did that at
Yeah.
Watkins Glen last season. I spun out before we even took the green flag.
Yeah, you did. You're out of the. Yeah, you did. I remember
Yeah,
that.
because I was right behind you
I
again,
still got you
Tabor
beat.
again.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, like I said, we got those two confirmed. I'm working on sponsors for season three. That's why kind of the schedule's coming out a little bit early, and I'm kind of leaking tracks. That way, it gives a little bit more hype on it. Um, I think the next photo leak will probably be in the next 2 to 3 days. So it's just something to be interested and hyped up about it.
Um, then we had the Xfinity race today. Any of you guys racing that?
Yep.
Buds
Yeah.
did. Yeah, I think everybody here racing it besides me and you. I
Yeah.
just race controlled it.
I was sitting at a bar, bored out of my
So
mind.
yeah, with the Xfinity race today, we knew it was with New Hampshire. We knew it was going to turn a lot of people off and not show up to race because New Hampshire on iRacing sucks. There's no other way to put it. Like it's a terrible track. I don't know why because I don't know why it's so bad, but it's a terrible track.
It's challenging and it's not fun.
Yeah.
I like it.
So
I
I
liked
mean,
it.
I personally like it too, but I just think it's one of the worst tracks on iRacing.
You got to race
So
the track, not the people around you,
yeah,
basically.
and that's for oval drivers. That's one of the things that they don't understand most of the time.
Just
That's like
balls to the walls want to go.
that's right. Mash the throttle out of the turn. But we knew that coming in, so we decided to use the new Arca rules just as like a new kind of baseline. And the Arca rules kind of the new Arca rules that we have that we are going to implement. Really, really kind of it's gonna be interesting.
I definitely seen
So
a difference in the driving.
Yeah.
It's not
um,
nearly as loose.
so now for those of us that might not know what the exact new Arca rules are, what are they?
I didn't know
So
either.
after the North Wilkesboro race, we talked about the Arca North Wilkesboro race. You don't have that replay. That's why we're watching the Las Vegas race, which was awesome race. Couldn't be more proud of how they raced there. We go to Wilkesboro the week after the Vegas race, and it's just a monstrosity. You got 100 laps, which is pretty standard for us in the Arca series because we want to get in and get out because it is Thursday night. People may have to work the next morning, stuff like that. So we go into Wilkesboro, and people just lose their minds when it comes to racing. They don't not using their brakes,
Just
not
short
realize,
track racing.
yeah, not realizing that other people have different braking points than them, and just sending it in, dive bombing people and stuff. So I got with the Arca drivers and I said, hey, what do you guys think that we can do to improve the racing? Well, the first thing we both agreed on was the bringing back the EOL penalty. Now, me personally, I hate EOL penalties. I think they're stupid. I think that it makes people kind of scared to have a little contact, to race a little close, race a little hard because of you losing your position at the end. But we brought those back because they were originally in the Arca series. And, the racing really cleaned up. We brought those back. And then I also pulled this idea from another league that I actually race controlled on Wednesday nights. with a 2 caution cause rule. Now, what that rule does is, say we have someone in the race that night, in the night, and they're just driving over their head, not realizing other people have different braking points, stuff like that, and they're just causing caution after caution. With the 2 caution cause rule, now that person will be parked after they cause their second caution of the night.
And that's usually done at local racetracks too. They'll have the two
Yeah.
caution rule, and they have no problem parking you for the night.
Yeah, no. Yeah, and with how much interest we've had in the Arca series in just the last 2 weeks, and just in general, our Arca series has really there's a lot of people that want to come race it. And it's just
Which is great, but until they learn how to drive around everybody else.
yeah, which I mean, it's a beginner league, I feel like it's one of the, because even after the races, I'll review the races with other people, and I'll send people a message like, hey, on lap 33, you should have did this instead of that, and I'll try to coach people up, because like most people don't realize what they did wrong and how to improve it. So I usually do that, but I just think that the Arca League is definitely kicking off. We're gonna have close to a full field eventually, and I think that might be coming here soon.
I think you're close now, aren't you?
Yeah, we're getting real close. With that video that Adam put out, that video was phenomenal. If you haven't went and checked it out, it's on our Facebook page. Go check it out. That video was
Okay.
phenomenal. Yeah,
Yeah,
it
you did a good job on that, bud. I like
and
that.
Thanks.
that really got people excited about the Arca League, and we picked up a lot of people from Facebook and other platforms. So
Yeah, they I've also noticed there's been a lot of drivers showing up, talking on some of the Facebook groups that I'm in, looking, that are wanting to join us. And
yeah, I mean, I think it's awesome that we got all these people in these Facebook groups, because I'm in a lot of iRacing Facebook groups just to promote our brand and stuff. But I think it's awesome that I see people looking for a league, in a group that they posted in, hey, looking for a league for this, da 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 da, and then you got 2 or 3 of our guys saying, hey, come join MDOT.
yeah,
I think it's pretty cool.
yeah, it's
You just did that last night, didn't we?
Promotion.
That's
Yeah.
right. And then, every now and then, we have some controversial things happen, and
That's just
unfortunately,
racing, though.
yeah, unfortunately, I got to make a decision for the betterment of the league, whether or not I agree with it personally, or if I have any personal feelings about it. And unfortunately, we had to move Colin and AJ down to Arca because of their behavior in the Cup Series practices and stuff like that. And to me, our practices are things that you go in there, you want to get your tire wear data, you want to get how much laps you can run on a whole fuel load, and you're taking your time away from your family, and you could be doing other things, but instead you choose to practice and get better for the league. And I feel like there's no room for people to be goofing off in that.
Yeah, that's makes it kind of hard when you're dodging other cars.
Yeah, and I mean, I get it. There's young kids. They'll mature eventually. I've maybe have I been a little bit hard on them? Yes, but at the same time, we've given them chances after chance after chance. And I just saw that it was the next logical step to move them down the Arca, maybe to get them to realize, like, hey, we're serious now. We're not messing around anymore.
Yeah, nice little wake up call is good every now and again.
Yeah, and I mean, they'll have the opportunity to come back up just like everybody else. But the way, like we were talking, with everybody wanting to come in and stuff, we got to keep things around here cleaned up in the best shape we can get them.
Yeah. You were talking about moving up, back up towards the Cup Series.
Yeah, that's so after this, I don't know if we're gonna cut the Xfinity series short, or if we're going to just wait for the Xfinity season to ride out and see how it happens. But I do think that we're either going to keep the Xfinity series or move it to a truck series and have it as our second stage of the developmental series. More in line with what the Cup series is than what the Arca series is. That way we can free up some room in the Arca series.
Which I think is good. You can mix mix and mingle the series together and get the drivers used to drive around each other and stuff, and get some more of that camaraderie going.
Yeah, and I mean, that way we can free up the series because, like we were just talking, we got people wanting in all the time, and it's just like we can only take so many amount of people.
Yeah,
Arca
that
pretty much full, isn't it?
it's getting there.
Yeah, it's getting there. I think we're about like at 30, 35 people.
Yeah, I'm looking at what's left on the schedule for the Xfinity. There's only five races left. So, and a couple of them actually look like they'd be fun. There's Dover, Indy, Kansas, Bristol, and Charlotte.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be it's interesting. We'll figure out what we're gonna do with it.
Yeah, it's I
I'm
like.
liking the idea of going to a truck series in this league. I mean, we have the sister league to us, but I think, like you said, the progression levels of it is going to really help out the drivers in all the series.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have that much experience in the trucks. I run a couple official races every now and again, and in them, but I think the Xfinity would correlate a little bit better towards the Cup Series than the trucks would. But
Yeah, I mean, man, the Xfinity cars though are so freaking tight that it's insane. But
yeah,
I do agree with you. I mean, I don't spend a lot of time in the trucks either. Like, they're one of my least favorite cars to drive on iRacing. But I do think that, I mean, there's both characteristics in both series. It just depends on what you want to do.
I to me it's if we follow NASCAR's plan, the you know the step before the Cup Series is the Xfinity Series.
Yeah, and we want to keep it like that. So it might be one of those things where we go, Xfinity one season, next season we go to trucks. Nice burp.
That'd be kind of cool.
I mean, just to
you
keep things fresh, you got,
yeah. Well, you can keep on bringing fresh guys in. Too,
yeah. And it'd be cool to do a little series like that where you rotate. But I mean, speaking of the new series new series that are definitely coming out, we got the
Yeah,
358 modified series starting tomorrow.
yeah, I'm
Oh,
excited
does
for
that
that
start
one.
tomorrow?
Yeah, that starts tomorrow.
I'm not a dirt guy.
Well,
I'm not either.
and see the way we
No, but you definitely should come watch it.
yeah,
Oh, I'll
you
watch you guys.
I think you should actually come race it.
Oh, so you can take me out?
Well,
that what it
other
is?
than that, that's all the fun is taking you out. But
Thanks, Bob.
no, you're welcome. Uh, me and another driver and admin for the series, Justin Barkley, come up with the idea of starting this series, but we wanted to make it to where anybody could run.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
it doesn't matter if you joined iRacing for the dirt stuff or if you joined for road or oval or whatever. We
yeah, I
found
mean, I think it's awesome. We're
Is
we're
it
starting.
open to other
it's
people out of the league?
no, it's
Oh,
just in the league. We've been doing some recruiting online and stuff, trying to get some more
Yeah,
people into it.
gotcha.
I'm actually in talks right now from someone that wants to get into it right tomorrow.
Yeah.
But
It's open to anybody that's in our uh, in the Midwest Days of Thunder umbrella is eligible to run it.
Got
We figured we picked out one of the easiest tracks to run. It's Eldora, and one of the easier cars to run, which is the 358s. And we're gonna do a fixed setup, and then we're gonna do 10 weeks all at Eldora.
so it's gonna be like a local
Yeah,
track type deal.
exactly. We want to make it like you're going to your local dirt track every week. There's actually I got a trophy for us uh, that I will ship to whoever wins the points championship for the
right,
season.
yeah, that's gonna be awesome.
Just go ahead and put my name on it, Bob.
It's already printed. It's sitting in my bedroom right now. It is.
I come and join buds.
I found this bad boy on Amazon. It's a Christmas pickle.
A what?
That's how
Really?
they advertised it. It was the Christmas pickle. It is a
Dude, I've
pickle
known
on a
about this
trophy.
forever.
It made me laugh. I talked it over with Barkley. He laughed and loved it. So we were like, you know what? What the hell? Why not? Let's have some fun.
Hell yeah, that's
That's
awesome.
cool.
Yeah, and that's a fun thing. It's just we always whatever series you want to run. I don't give a rat's ass. Like, you want to run a 358 modified league under our name, cool. Like, I don't care. My only rule of thumb is like I'm not gonna be as involved in it as much as I am the Arca or the Cup stuff.
Yeah, I personally come back to iRacing for the dirt stuff. That's where my passion is.
Yeah, and I think that we have something cool to have that is different for us, and may like bring in more people to the league, and just build our brand even more.
Yeah.
Real life
The
dirt's coming back, so
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
everybody loves watching them cars slide through the corners and get that torque and get that left front tire lifted up off the ground. The wrecks on dirt are so much more fun.
Yeah.
It's to me
But
it's
way
just
more intense.
oh yeah. By the time I'm done with a dirt race, I'm exhausted. I'm tired. My arms hurt. My feet are cramping up from working the pedals as much as I have to sometimes,
and you
depending
work
on the
out?
track state. Do I work out?
Yeah.
A little bit. It's the whole
Until you
powerlifting
get
thing.
tired.
But uh but no, the way we're gonna do it, it's gonna be 8 lap heat races, and then if we have enough drivers that join, or when we get enough drivers that join, we will go to a 15 lap B main to get
Yeah, that'll be
the
cool.
24 drivers. I think is what we're pulling into the A main,
Cool.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
and then we'll finish the night off with a 25 lap race for the A main. Except for 9 weeks, we will run 25 laps. The last one, I believe we have that down to go 50.
That'll be cool.
Extend that one a little bit. Um, the we are also every week the starting wear on the track will be different. So
And it makes a big difference on the car.
yes, how you drive it, all that it comes in big changes. So one week you might have a brand new, fresh, just tilled track, and the next week we might start at 50% to where
Yeah,
there's
that'll be cool.
already a buttload of rubber and it's super dry and slick.
Yeah, that way you never know what you're going up against.
Yeah,
Yeah, that'll be cool.
and the same thing goes for at your local dirt track. Some nights you might have gotten a lot of rain in that week, and the track might still be damp come time for your A main to hit. Or they might stop, they might have a big show with like the World Outlaws or whatever, and they'll come out and till the track at one point. So, I wanted to kind of try to keep it as true to your local track as possible. That's why we're not having any fast repairs.
Oh,
I like that idea because we all know what we want to do in Cup Series eventually.
Yep. And with it, and obviously with only a 25 lap race, you shouldn't really need
A fast
a
repair.
fast repair.
Yeah, 100% agree with
There
you.
will be no tires available.
Yeah.
So, I'm trying to keep everybody on the track and going. And, we
Make
all
sure you
know.
tell that to everybody.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I made a
Bob.
post in our Discord about it earlier today, but come race time we'll make sure we discuss that again.
yeah, you
And
never seen me drive dirt.
well, I've
I
seen
don't think I want to see you drive dirt, bud.
I've seen some other people, One of the fellows that has been on our podcast before, Travis Eccles. I've watched him learn how to drive these cars.
Yeah.
He's gone from like a minute lap plus down to, about close to a normal lap time with everybody else.
That's awesome.
So I'm trying to keep, like I said, I want this to be like you go to your normal track every week. Growing up, my dad raced dirt in the street stock division. So I grew up going to the track every weekend.
Yeah, if we have a local track around me, and it's fun to go to every now and then.
Yeah, it's I I have friends that run in the World of Outlaws late model series right now. One of them was one of the original guys that started the World Outlaws.
That's actually really cool, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like Dixon and Troy.
Yeah. The friends of mine are Chubb Frank and Boom Briggs. If you want to look them up. But Brian Dixon is actually from the area that I grew up in, or at least not too far from it. So he kind of knows some of the same drivers or seen some of them.
Chubb still races out the dirt tracks around here every once in a while.
Oh yeah,
another.
I know he kind of backed away from full-time World Outlaws, but he still. You can't. You can take the racing from the guy. You just can't take the guy out of the car.
Yeah, he races the local tracks and shows up when he wants to, and just to get the itch away. I don't blame him.
Yeah.
You do it all your life, you still get that itch. I don't care how old you get.
Yeah, that's another cool thing about Dixon too, is that he actually works on a K&N team.
Yes, sir.
That's
Troy Williams.
K&N. Yep. There's Daniel Suarez, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, he trained Daniel.
Yeah.
Daniel used to live with him.
Crazy stuff.
We're not name droppers at all here.
But
I grew up around racing, so that's how I got into all this.
Yeah, I mean, I literally never really grew up into racing. I grew up going to NASCAR races, but not really actually involved in racing.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for the 358 modified series to start. It's something different, something new, something fresh. Might have to get you a T-shirt made.
Yeah.
For that, get that logo on there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of T-shirts too, we finally got merch in. So what that means is, if you want a T-shirt, sweatshirt, hoodie, long sleeve shirt, get with me. Message me on Facebook. Comment down below on YouTube, and we can get your shirt made. They're really awesome. Proceeds go to us too. So I'd like to get you one made.
Got mine already.
I know.
Yeah, it takes them too long to make the shirts for me. I got to call old Omar, the tent maker. Make sure he's got enough canvas.
That's funny.
Just cut him 2 in half and just sew it together for you.
Yeah, there you
go. I'm past that point. I thought about trying to go skydiving once, and I showed up and they went, "Yeah, no. We're not even letting you jump out of a plane with the parachutes that they use for the Humvees and tanks and stuff that the military uses."
I was trying to be nice.
Yeah.
But
somebody had to say
it. But Arca goes to Kansas next week, so that'll be cool. I'm excited for that. I think once we get out of the road course, it's gonna be a blast, the Gammon Cup.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I don't think the road course is going to be too awful bad. It's just going to be with the localized stuff. I think people just getting out of their driver box. You know what I mean? Hitting the grass or just over driving the cars. Pretty much all of it's going to be.
Messing up and sliding through one of them 2 chicanes.
I got dead last, so I don't care.
I think there's going to be a dogfight for dead last. I don't think there's going to be much of a race up front. I think there's going to be a dogfight in the back for everybody trying to, survive.
Yeah.
I made a joke.
I just want to finish.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
made a
that's what I
joke
said.
with a couple of guys here earlier last week that I'm going to start taking bets, and whoever finishes the race from the back of the pack guys gets all the money. Because we're all gonna
Hell,
be
I want in on that
doing
one. I'll
donuts
finish it.
and yeah. I was actually looking for a good Krispy Kreme or a Dunkin' Donuts paint job for this week since I feel I'm going to be doing a lot of donuts.
I'll be right with you. So we can do it together.
Yeah.
I'm a team player here.
We can synchronize our donuts.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I think we'll be fine though. It'll be a fun race.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely the schedule after this road course is going to be really hyped up, though. I think everybody's ready to get back to some real hard, long runs, too. So,
Yep,
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be a blast.
And the next, like we said, Talladega. That's a crapshoot, but it's always produces good racing for us.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I thought one time we were at the green flag pit.
Yeah. Yeah.
But-
one time at MDOT,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Then
it's gonna be fun.
Kansas and Charlotte. Man, those are mile and a half. Those are our bread and butter.
Yeah.
I don't think we've had a bad race at a mile and a half.
No, not this season.
But yeah, I'm excited for the next couple races. I think my best bet to win is at Talladega.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, it's just you just gotta get half of it's luck, man. I mean, that's half of it's luck and being able to dodge the stuff and not get doored by someone and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
And
somebody else's mistakes taking you out. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. But
Net code.
But going back to
net
talking
code.
net code. Well, what was it? Our last trip to Talladega, we were 5 wide coming out of turn 2 on the last
Yeah.
lap.
We were getting
the
it
lead.
done.
You
We were getting it done.
know, but I'm sitting here looking at the points for our cup league here. Sitting looking at all these names, trying to figure out who I would put my money on for the road course this week. And there's only
I don't know, man.
I got one name that has just been popping out to me this whole time I'm sitting here looking. And it's actually a teammate of mine, old Brian Kozad.
Yeah, I mean, he's been kind of like me, enjoying his break, playing different games, not really focusing on iRacing. He's definitely a sleeper.
Yeah,
I think it's a solid pick.
and he shows up at these weird races like the Daytona Road Course.
Yeah, he does.
And I
But-
tried running a couple laps with him, and he made me look like a fool.
Yeah.
So I think that's where I'd put
He's
my money on
fast
this
and he's a
week.
damn good racer. He just makes mistakes and it costs him.
Yep. So does
Yeah.
everybody. Yep. That's
But everybody does. You know what I
exactly.
mean?
That's,
Yeah.
that's the hard thing about it.
And
That's how you learn, though.
That's why it's called racing and not winning.
That's right.
Oh, is that what that means?
Yeah, it's amazing how that works. It's kind of like fishing and catching.
That's right. But I mean, I'm ready for this break to over. I'm ready to, we didn't film the podcast for about 2 weeks because it was just so hard to get everybody together for, the holidays and stuff like that. But I'm ready to get back on a normal schedule, pumping things out, doing stuff like that because we got a lot of good things coming in this league. We're going to have videos coming out every other week, about races, race recaps. We're just going to have a lot more promotional things coming out for
Well,
us.
I do want to. I just had something come up. Another change that we are going through. Our Arca series is going to have new broadcasters starting this week.
Oh yeah, totally forgot about that. So speaking of which, we will Adam, which is here now, and Lance Hill will be broadcasting the Arca series now because of the unseen circumstances with AJ and Colin, who usually do our broadcast on Goonie Broadcasting, which they did an awesome job. Really thankful for what they did. But with our broadcasting of the Arca series being on our actual MDOT YouTube channel, we're hoping to, get some more following, get some more subscribers, and, maybe turn that into something that might be an asset to us down the road. So I'm
Yeah.
really excited. I think Lance brings a lot of energy to the broadcast, when he screams, "Oh my God, we're 3 wide!"
When you can
or
understand
something.
them.
Yeah, when he's not being Boomhauer. And I think Adam's going to do a lot of good things with the in-depth, broadcasting side of it, knowing what lap time people are running, and just being a clear, good broadcaster. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think it's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, I'm
I'm looking forward to it.
excited to see
Same here.
what these two yahoos can do.
Yeah, me too.
Yahoos.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Yay, hooligans.
There's something.
yeah, there definitely are something.
Yeah. Right now our subscribers are slowly trickling up. Right now we're up to 32 subscribers on YouTube.
Yeah, well, yeah, and that's awesome because on our Facebook page, I think it was just like 2 or 3 days ago, I was saying, hey, we're at like 185 likes on our Facebook page, and now we're almost at 250. So almost a 100% increase in our likes on Facebook in 3 days. That's
That's
insane,
awesome.
and it's awesome. It makes me really happy.
I'd like to see us start creeping up towards the 100 mark as quick as we
Yeah,
can.
and I'm hoping that when we do move broadcasts on the channel, that it does get us there.
Yeah.
I'll be
do all
ready.
that, but I don't know how to do that.
That's because you live in the boonies. Got
Al-
that Horizon internet.
Although, I think Dixon would be an interesting one to put in the
booth.
the booth.
Yeah, I think he would be.
What are you talking about?
Or
You
or
can
they
do
could
it.
be they could be really, really dangerous because,
He's uncontrollable.
it is Dixon.
Yes,
As
sir.
long as I don't run out of beer, we won't have a problem. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll be really excited too when our Cup Series broadcasts reach 1,000 views because we're getting close. We're getting really, really close.
I do want to, throw out that the Signature Esports that does our Cup Series broadcasting, they crush it for us.
Phenomenal job. Yeah,
know,
phenomenal job.
They're awesome.
Like I said earlier, when I was off last week, I was in my hotel room with a couple of beers, watching the race, and talking smack about some of our drivers. Having some fun with it, and that they were rolling with it. They made it interesting to listen to.
Oh yeah, I definitely enjoy going back after the race and watching it either the next day or right after the race. I like doing that. They're really good.
That's what I do, buds. They rock it, dude. I mean, they could be regular NASCAR announcers.
I
yeah,
100%
definitely.
agree with that.
I think we should really try to put some effort into trying to get one or both of them to step out of the booth and in here to the chaos pit that is our podcast.
Yeah. I know they're pretty busy over there because they're just about to start their Signature Esports League, which Dixon is actually running in. So that'll be good. That'll be cool. We have someone representing us over there that's going to do a good job.
Don't make us look bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to see how Dixon does over there.
No, Dixon's a hell of a driver. I got his back.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to running with him.
Yeah. If Dixon goes over and acts a fool, I'm cutting him off. No more beer.
Yeah, no more Busch lattes.
Dude, why would you do that to me?
Or I could be even worse and say all you can drink is Michelob's from now on.
Oh, yep.
No, we already got
Richard would be so happy about that.
Yeah.
No, he'd be pissed.
Drinking all his Michelob's.
He's taking his stash.
Yep.
I gotta save it for regular Michelob guy.
Yeah. So, well, I think that's a good jumping off spot for this week.
Yeah. Thanks to really want to thank our sponsors, Butt Kicker, Track Works, Severe Weather Country Expeditions. If you want to go, if your bucket list is to go see a storm chasing tour, definitely get with them. Family-owned business of ours. It's pretty awesome. Thanks to Signature Esports, we would be nothing without them. Those guys do an awesome job, like we just talked about. And thanks to Jim Jinx Shifters for sponsoring the Kentucky and Rockingham race, which those guys were awesome too.
Yeah, we also have Proletta's ice cream that has sponsored. Was it
The
Las Vegas
Vegas
and
the playoff Dega race? which
is it the
first
playoff
race.
Vegas? I know it's
Yep.
one of the Dega races.
It is the playoff Dega race.
Okay, that
Let me
works.
make sure that is right.
But you know, we
Okay,
talked
so
about,
it is the regular season
Right.
Dega. My bad.
I
It's
thought-
not
that's
the
what I
playoff
thought.
race.
the butt kickers, they are amazing.
Yeah, they
Look
are
'em up.
awesome.
So, well, have a good week. We will see you next week after the road course in Kansas for the Arca series.
Yep. See everyone. Hope to see you back here next time we film.
Thanks for having me, guys.
You're welcome.
Thanks for showing up.
No problem, buddy.
Let's get some more likes and views, guys. Come on.